right, Martin?
Yeah, let's start with Gage John Wilsey. I mean, it's a tough lineup tonight. How do you see his outing overall, too?
You know, I mean, overall he battled. He competed. He didn't have his best stuff tonight, execution-wise. I didn't think the breaking ball was kind of inconsistent. The changeup really couldn't land, so he was really up against it, just trying to battle. You know, against this team, we talk a lot about just trying to be perfect, trying to play a good, clean, crisp game. You know, the pitch to Muncy, obviously he's trying to elevate that pitch, misses location, and these guys are really good at mislocation balls in the middle. They do damage. And, you know, we gave up 3 homers tonight on mistakes.
For Kuroda-Grauer, 3 hits. What do you think of his first major league game?
No, you know, for a young man to take a flight, land at 4 o'clock this afternoon, be prepared to have this type of performance. It says a lot about him. Slow heartbeat. Obviously, you know, he's prepared for this moment his whole life, and to go out and throw out 3 hits, you know, on his debut, it's pretty special.
What could you say about Morris? He gave you 3 innings there.
Tom Morris did a great job outside the leadoff walk to Tucker, which, you know, Tuck challenged the pitch that was borderline to continue the at bat, and you know, I mean, I think, you know, Kay did a great job of just of keeping us, you know, in the game still. You know, he got out of a tough jam, you know, executing a sinker down, getting some ground balls when he needed to. So overall, I thought it was a great outing for Cade.
It was the toughest outing of Jump's young career, but just, you know, facing a World Series team like this, just what are the takeaways that you can instill upon a young player like that?
Yeah, I think the takeaways are, you know, hey, listen, you didn't have your best stuff. You know, you got through the lineup to a point where, you know, you kept us in the game. It was a 5-3 game when you came out of the game, you know, by just grinding. And, you know, I think those are the takeaways, really. You should, you know, we're going to learn from this outing. He's going to get another shot. And like you said, I mean, the first outing, I think he gave up 4 and 5 innings. So, yeah, you know, a tough one for him, but one that I think will definitely make him better.
You guys obviously had that stretch last year where you faced that adversity, you know, going through that 20-game stretch. Right now, with all the injuries, does this kind of feel like maybe one of those moments where you guys kind of decide what type of group you are with obviously so many of your key players hurt?
I don't know if it decides what type of group we are. It's going to test our resilience, and it's going to test, you know, obviously the character of the group, but you know, last year we went through some adversity. I think, you know, missing 4 or 5 regulars that really contribute offensively. You know, we have to, as I said, play good fundamental baseball and take advantage of any run-scoring opportunities we have. And we did get 10 or 11 hits tonight. You know, only 3 runs, and as you see, you know, they had 17 hits and 9. So a couple of big home runs that we talk about that really contribute to run scoring.
Yes, guys.
It's frustrating, you know, offense. After I gave up 2, we put up 3, and then, you know, I just couldn't hold it. So yeah, frustrating.
Well, in anticipation of this game, you know, you knew you had to face this kind of a lineup, this kind of a team. You had any kind of extra adrenaline pumping or nervousness, anything like that?
No. You know, my job's to go out and compete and win games. I don't care who the other team is. Just got to be better.
Yeah, I understand you didn't have your best stuff. Could you talk about this? 2 or 3 pitches maybe missing with those?
Yeah, just missing all around, falling behind. It's hard to pitch like that.
You're obviously on a pretty good stretch coming in here. I don't know if it makes it any easier, but how do you kind of take a outing like this and kind of work towards your next outing?
Yeah, I think just learn from it. Learn from it, and then flush it, and be better next time out.
Yeah, and Otani was 0 for 3 against you. Any special emphasis in the way you face him, because he usually kills all pitchers? Otani.
Yeah, I mean, Muncy hit a home run off me, so I don't know, still lost.
Thank you.
First off, I know today was kind of crazy for you. I think you were in Utah, right? What was it like just finding out that you got called up and kind of getting here and kind of the whole day for you?
Yeah, it's been a long day. It's kind of been surreal getting the call in the morning and hearing that you're going to the big leagues and then hearing a couple hours later that you're starting a big league game. But it's been a whirlwind, but it was a ton of fun tonight.
Not only to get your first hit, but 3 hits as well. Just what was the feeling like just after today?
Right, yeah, to get the first one out of the way in the first at bat, just kind of easing some of those nerves and just allow me to go out and just continue to compete in the next at bats.
This call came as a surprise to you, Jason, or you were expecting a call?
I mean, just the competitive nature, you're always expecting a call, but it definitely came as a surprise, you know, waking up, getting the call, but always got to be ready for it.
You said it was a long day. When you look back on this day 5 years from now, what's going to stand out to you?
That was the best day of my life, you know, getting to achieve a lifelong dream of mine and just thinking about all the people that supported me along the way.
Was family here at all? Did they make it in time?
They weren't able to make it, just very short notice and everything, but I think they'll be here for tomorrow's game, so looking forward to them being here.
You guys are kind of beat up right now. Just injured list is pretty long. Just are you trying to contribute the best way you can, or is it just anybody steps up on any given day?
Absolutely. I was talking to Bobby and just knowing this is the highest level you can get to. So your personal accolades, your personal stats, nothing matters, you know. It's all about the team. You go out there and you try to win for the team, do what you can for the team, help them win.
We heard you landed just a couple hours before the game, and then you come up in your first at-bat in that second inning with 2 guys on, get the RBI. How much adrenaline was going through you there in that at-bat in that big spot to tie the game?
Probably the most adrenaline I felt in my life, you know. In a way, I'm kind of glad that I got the call such short notice, because if they would have told me last night, I wouldn't have slept a lick. So, but it was great.
I was like, did you fly out with AAA and then flew back?
Yeah, I was in Utah this morning, so coming back to Sacramento, being here with the big leagues was awesome.
Like Freddie came over and said something to you after the first hit, and then you talked to Mookie and Freddie on that challenge. Just how cool is it just kind of interacting with those guys?
It's just surreal. You know, you play with these guys in video games and you get to be on the field talking with them. So just guys I've watched my whole life, just loving the game of baseball and just being on the field with them, hearing them congratulate me. Great guys, the entire team over there. So it was really cool.
What did Freddie say when you got your first hit?
No, he said congrats, and he said it took me 1 at bat. It's taken him 3 to get his. So he was joking a little bit, but he's awesome.
What was going through your mind there in that last at-bat? You turned for second, made that aggressive play, ended up getting in safe on a close one. To be that aggressive in your first MLB game, what was going through your mind there?
That was all the adrenaline. Looking back on it, it wasn't the smartest thing to do. You know, in that situation, you don't want to make the first out down 6 or whatever we were down in the 9th. But just my aggressive nature, and thankfully it lucked out for me.
Does that speak to kind of your general mindset and the way you approach the game? Your aggressiveness there?
Absolutely. You want to be gritty, you want to be competitive, you always want to take an extra 90, especially on a team like the Dodgers, just to get in a good position, allow a couple hits, and help me score, try and see if we can get a rally going.
Last time you played in 3 positions in the infield. In which position you feel easier, would be best for you?
All of them, you know, just taking over that utility role. I love second base, short as well, being up the middle, but whatever the team needs me to do on a certain day, you got to be ready for it.
We heard from Kotsay pregame that this year you'd been bringing a lot more power. That was something that you had been working on. What's kind of that process been for you this season?
I think it was just all the work I did in the offseason and just being able to eat and learning from my first pro ball full year last year. Just understanding how to take care of my body, how important rest is, and just being able to maintain that weight through the season. Because you can get all the weight you want. You go into spring training in Arizona, you're going to lose some of it. So just maintaining that and just being ready to go each and every day.
Just to confirm, your mom is from Japan, right?
My mom's half Japanese, so my grandfather on my mom's side, yeah, he's Japanese, so that's where my heritage comes from over there.
Do you speak Japanese?
I don't, and I haven't been yet, but I'm working on both those. So,
nice. Do you know where are they from? In part of Japan?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but hopefully one day I can figure that out and then go check it out.
How you feel like you were playing with Otani, the Japanese big side?
Playing with a player like that, you know, like I said, it was surreal, and the competitive nature, getting to watch him out on the field, you know, just in awe of what he's doing, but just knowing that you're up there with him, so it's definitely a nice thing to know.
And Wednesday you might face him.
Yeah, that would be amazing, facing a guy you watch on TV all the time and just trying to put good at bats together.